everyone. I'm Vrinda Pankhi, the head of WRC Epoch Society. Today, I'm honored to host this conversation, the first episode of our series with our esteemed Epoch teacher coordinator, Ms. Gautami Tripathi. Now, let's know her story from herself. Stay tuned. Thank you for taking your valuable time for us.
Thank you for inviting me, Vrinda.
And this is the first episode, so I hope we may inspire some people and spark inspirational stories. We will be discussing about your perspective on women in STEM.
So, firstly, thank you so much, Vrinda, for inviting me for this talk. And my name is Gautami Tripathi. I am the coordinator for the Epoch Club in the university, Jamia Hamdard. And I'm here, it's been more than 8 years now, and I've been a part of many clubs. I've coordinated a lot of activities, and what I believe is that as a teacher, as a professor, it is very important to motivate the students, especially the female students, to participate in these clubs, to come forward, show their talent and identify their qualities. So I am a very big supporter of all these events and pushing all the students.
So my first question would be like, you are a BTech student. You pursued your graduation BTech and in CS. So what motivated you to pursue this career, like pursue career in STEM, and especially back in those days when there was a limited representation of female candidates in engineering?
Oh, firstly, you asked me about my education background. So yes, I did my BTech, then MTech, and I'm pursuing PhD. I come from a family of academicians, like right from my grandparents to my parents, everybody is into academics. So, since from the childhood, I had idea about what is going on in these fields, if not the STEM field, but in the education sector. So I was quite aware of these things since from the childhood because of the family discussions or dinner table discussions. So there was no pressure per se that I have to be in BTech or I have to pursue engineering. It was a decision, and it was a decision that I made, and I think it was motivated more say by seeing my cousins, my elder siblings, the neighbors. So it was not a pressure to enroll in an engineering program. It was my decision, and my family thoroughly supported it. Secondly, you asked about the female representation. So I joined my engineering in 2008, and back then also, I wouldn't say the female representation was very less, but it was not at par with the male students. So definitely the number of female students were less, but we were always encouraged by our professors at our college to participate. So I haven't faced any gendered bias kind of a thing in my college days also, but yeah, I do agree that the female representation was definitely less as compared to the males. And there was a little bit apprehensions from many of my batchmates, especially the female students, from their parents front, that although they were encouraging their daughters to participate in the events and everything, but there was a slight back of their head, they were also worried about it.
So was there any particular role model who inspired you back in those college or school days? Anyone any famous face or someone we know as well?
In school, there were a lot of people who I looked upon to, who were kind of an inspiration, but I did look upon to my father. Like, he was the biggest inspiration because he was very, very supportive, not only for me as his daughter, but he was very supportive to his sisters also. So the stories that I've heard from my grandparents about my father, that he was always encouraging the other females in the village, in their family, distant cousins, and everybody. So he was very, very encouraging. And then, like everybody, most of the people, like my grandparents, my nani, she was also, although she was not well educated in terms of, she didn't had a very graduation degree or so, but still she was encouraging. She used to tell us that don't get married at a young age, you should study, you should be independent, do a job, earn money, live your life. So I think there were a lot of people who I would say were role models for me when I was growing up.
Okay, so coming to your BTech days, did you ever encounter any situation or any patriarchal remark that wasn't supporting the female inclusivity in your career? Any situation that and any challenge, and how did you navigate those challenges?
I wouldn't say that there were patriarchal remarks, but sometimes if I think today, whatever things happen, like it won't be a patriarchal remark, but there were certain situations or events that had happened, and today when I look back to those events, now I am a teacher, if I look back to those events, I do realize that they came from a point of concern for their students. So I'll just give you an example. So what happens during college fest? So boys can go out easily. For girls, it was kind of a curfew after 9. I studied in a residential, it was a government residential college, but still it was kind of a curfew because of the safety concerns. And then like for the boys it was like they can go anywhere, and I'm not talking about anywhere like that, but to attend events, to attend workshops, to attend seminars, it was easy for them. But for the female students, sometimes, not always, but sometimes it was difficult. Like I told you previously, if you have to go out and you have to stay at some other place, or you have to go out for internships, then there was some sort of apprehension from the teachers also, like somebody has to accompany them, a female faculty has to accompany them, so that safety concern does arise. But it was not like a patriarchal comment or any comment.
Situation.
It was not gendered bias intentionally, but maybe out of concern.
I agree, and that still persists today as well.
Yeah, it definitely.
Next question will be really personal, but if not a career in STEM, or if not a professor in Jamia Hamdard, and what do you imagine yourself in? Like,
I would definitely, like since from the childhood I've been associated with a lot of NGOs, I've been doing a lot of work in the field. So if not here, I think I would be running an NGO or something.
okay.
I do still am associated, but I'm not like the founder or something. I do give volunteering services in the NGOs, go out. But yes, if I was not a professor here, if I was not teaching here, I would be running an NGO.
Okay. Thank you. But I also can relate to that because I am a lot of into social work and I visit NGOs. And lastly, what one piece of advice you would like to give to our viewers or young girls of Jamia Hamdard?
So I would request and I would urge the female students, not only female but the male students also, that you are gifted with this opportunity. You are a part of a esteemed university. You are doing your professional degree here. You are empowered. You are empowered as compared to a number of other children or students in India or worldwide. So choose this opportunity to make a real world impact. The university gives you an exceptional platform to participate. There are so many clubs in the university. Find a club, find your interest, be an active participant. So if I talk about myself, I've been a part of Epoch, which is a cultural and literary club. I've been a part of Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, which is again into social work. I've been into Hack Club and other technical clubs also. So there are so many ways in which you can participate and you can contribute. I urge the female students to participate in the technical clubs, okay, and just increase their knowledge. Everybody increase their knowledge, do actively participate. Sometimes you feel that you are not good at it, but once you start working with people, you realize that you don't need to be perfect in a field. There are other qualities also that you inculcate. You learn how to work in a team, you learn how to take responsibilities, how to fulfill your
And more
responsibilities.
importantly, you develop a kind of confidence.
And time management, and I'll tell you from my experience, time management is really going to help you in near future. So I urge all the students, everybody who's watching, do participate. If you are a student of Jamia Hamdard, this is a wonderful place and it gives you a lot of opportunities to show your talent. Do participate, and I hope I can see you in the next events that we are organizing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
ma'am.
much.
Thank you so much
Vrinda.
for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.